Be alert.
Alright everyone, welcome back. This is part 2 of the Witcher Enhanced Edition. We're going to start off by getting ready to clear everything up so we can do a grinding run around the whole outskirts area. So we're going to go ahead and head over to the inn.
A notice board. Maybe I can find some Witcher's work.
We're going to ignore the board for now because we're not going to be completing quests, so we're going to go ahead and head on in.
What do you want?
Give me a beer.
Your kind's not welcome here.
I said I wanted a beer.
We have no more. Very well. I'll see what I have.
Good man.
Everyone drink up. We're closing.
Innkeeper, do that again and I'll get angry. Wouldn't want that, would you?
No.
All right. I'll just tend to my business and be on my way.
What can I do for you?
I'm a Witcher.
Ah, by the eternal fire.
Have any work for me?
No. Ask the Reverend.
Okay. I'll speak with him.
What can I do for you?
Why the gloom?
I don't talk to strangers.
Do you for 5 orens?
For that, I'd talk to a bar guest all day. The plague was devastating. People died in droves. The wailing lingered for 3 moons. If not for the Reverend, we'd all have perished. No wonder we're wary of strangers. You don't know what it's like when the plague takes your family. The Reverend prayed all day to the eternal fire, taking no sustenance. His penance freed us from sin and strengthened our faith. We began by cleansing our homes of sin and filth. We gathered it up, and by the next day, all our foulness was buried or gone. The Reverend then spoke to all who remained. You have done well cleansing your households of sin. I know it was difficult, I know they be kin, but the eternal fire sent pestilence on them as punishment for their sins. You are pure, you shall live. And we believed him, then went outside. The frost was biting, but we did our penance, crawling round the village, praying at the 5 chapels. The next day the village was quiet, as if all were asleep. Fewer have fallen sick since.
An edifying tale. Thanks.
Okay. Also, if you want to
What can I
store
do
anything,
for you?
you have to go to this guy and click on the chest button. So I'm going to go ahead and store everything I don't need in here. Once you've read a book or a scroll, you can pretty much just sell it to whoever will buy it because you won't need it at all. I'm also going to hold on to some pieces of food because we can use it later to get some entries on certain monsters and things like that without having to pay for it, but I'll still try to buy all the books just to show you. For this chapter, we have kind of like a whole item list we need to get for everything we're going to do. We're going to need 1 white gall, 5 white myrtle petals, 1 medium alcohol, 10 food items, a bouquet of daisies, a bouquet of tulips, and 12 weak alcohol. In this game we have 3 types of alcohol. You have the weak alcohol, you have the medium alcohol, and then you have the really strong stuff, which you use. The strong stuff is used to make as a base for alchemy. The weak stuff is used for when you do drinking contests with people, so you can try to either get information out of them or win something off of them. And the medium stuff is usually either usually just used in quests. You don't ever want to use it for a drinking contest usually. Alright, we're gonna head over here and I'm gonna show you boxing. So walk away so it's not so loud. So when it comes to boxing, you walk up to any of the fighters and it'll give you a little betting screen where you can pick how much you want to bet. Now you can only bet double of what they're willing to start out with. If you try to bet any higher than that, they'll decline and won't let you do it because I guess they feel like you're betting too aggressively.
I'm itching.
Want a beating, stranger? We fight for money. I'll kick your ass and make money doing it.
We'll see.
What's that? I'll smash your face.
You win, Wanderer. Take your coin and leave me be.
Okay, we just won 20 orens just from doing that, so we can go ahead and there should be... I think over here there's only 2 regular fist fighters and 1 wimpy one we can do. The other one, for some reason not all of them you can fight. There's only 3 here, that and Fat Fred, but we don't want to fight him yet because he'll give us static experience that we don't want.
Want to fight? Got any money? No pain, no gain.
We'll see.
You fight like a lass.
Lost again. Should have known. Here's your gold. Want a beating, stranger? We fight for money. I'll kick your ass and make money doing it.
We'll see.
What's that? I'll smash your face.
You win, Wanderer. Take your coin and leave me be.
Okay, after all that, we got 79 orens, so that's pretty good. You can pretty much fight him every 24 hours, so if you really want to, you can just sleep 24 hours at a fireplace, come back, fight him, and just keep repeating that over and over again until you have the money you want. But it's usually faster if you get dice poker, but dice poker is more of a gamble essentially. You're not guaranteed to win like you are with fist fighting, so it's up to you what you'd rather do. Now we're going to talk to this drunkard right here. If you do a drinking game with him, you'll get a unique book you can get for monsters that you would otherwise have to pay for. So we're going to go ahead and try to drink him under the table.
What do you want?
Always give strangers such a warm welcome.
It's all the same. The beast'll have us all.
I'm glad we talked.
Let's celebrate.
I need to rest.
outdrank you.
Strong head you have there.
Don't I get a prize for winning?
Drank with a merchant recently. Weak-headed he was. Take his book.
Thanks.
Alright, we just got a really good book. It should be the Tome of Fear and Loathing Volume 1. So if you wanted to buy this from the merchant, it'd probably run you about 250 Arns, and we only have 79 right now, and that's even after boxing, so it's a really great deal. So this will tell us all about pretty much necrophages, the ghoul and the graveyear, which we'll be fighting quite a bit. We'll mostly be fighting ghouls in this chapter. The graveyear won't come until chapter 2, but it's still nice to know that, and we didn't have to fork over the 250 for it, so. Alright, now that we're drunk, we can we're probably going to go outside and sleep at a fireplace until morning, or maybe afternoon, so that we can sleep off the effects of the alcohol. Depending on how drunk you're going to get and where you are, it might be more beneficial to always have a Wives' Tear potion on you. Technically, you're not supposed to get that until the 2nd or 3rd chapter for the formula, but I'm going to make one soon because we're going to have to do something in this chapter where I wouldn't recommend fighting drunk, but technically the game's supposed to make you fight drunk, but I would never want to do it. So, we also have a level up we can do. Since we're going to be getting into more combat, I'll go ahead and get 2 in dexterity. And I'll go ahead and get oil preparation just to make sure we can make oils later. And we'll go ahead and meditate until noon. Alright, now we're gonna go talk to the Dwarven Smith over
Army
here.
life's tough.
Greetings.
Greetings.
Yes, I'm a dwarf. No, I don't support the Scoia'tael. Yes, I've paid both taxes and bribes. Many times. Today, in fact.
Calm down, I just wanted to talk.
I'll be calm in my grave. Optimistically, that won't be long now.
I'll try not to miss the funeral.
Make sure and show up for the execution, too. They once herded me off to see a non-human get hanged. Let me tell you, laughed my head off.
I gather they don't like non-humans around here.
Neither here nor anywhere in the Northern Kingdoms. An official in Vizima recently won an innovation award. Invented a gallows especially designed for dwarves.
What's so innovative about that?
Nothing, but think of the savings. When you're producing them in the hundreds, all that extra wood can be used to make other goods. Toy swords, for instance.
Can I ask you something?
Yes?
Who are the Scoia'tael?
Terrorists, or firebrands you'd call them. They're fighting for the rights of non-humans. Scoia'tael is Elven for squirrels, called that due to the squirrel tails that dangle from their caps.
Will I find any around here?
You aiming to catch me off guard or just nosy? In any case, I'll not answer you.
Fine. I wouldn't want to cause you trouble. Let's talk about something else.
Yes?
Why do the locals persecute non-humans?
Why do pricks go in cunts? It's the natural order of things. Humans have always hated dwarves and elves. Not for me to know why.
I'm not sure I understand.
Then ponder it on your own. Or discuss it with that maggot Brog. I don't talk to strangers about these things.
Fine.
Yes?
Let's talk about weapons.
Well, I'm no specialist, though I can forge swords. Bring me 3 different ores and I'll forge you an excellent steel sword.
I'll look around for some more.
Another thing. For 35 Arns, you can have this excellent sword, Grease. It's not exactly, legal, but, I really need the gold.
So this is actually a really good deal. You get the sword grease, but he'll also give you the formula so you can make it whenever you want to. And 35 is a really good price.
This grease improves the quality of rusty weapons. It's lard and some other ingredients. Listen.
So if you ever want to make a new sword, well, either silver or steel, you can go to a smith in any of the chapters. You need to have 3 meteorite pieces, be it blue or red. They could be any combination of either.
All gone mad.
And the same with your, once you get a silver sword, you get the rune, is it the rune stones? Yeah, something like that. But the same idea. You need 3 of any combination in order to make a new sword. I might demonstrate making a sword once, but you usually find better swords eventually, and there's probably no point in making the swords unless you're playing on the hardest difficulty and you need every edge you can get, but on normal, it's not really necessary.
Army life's tough.
Alright, now we're actually going to go and
Be alert.
find the Reverend and talk to him, see what's going on. Alright, we're going to go ahead and head this way and take a look around and loot everything as we go. Check out these abandoned houses.
This is boring.
Over here is the Royal Huntsman. He gives out special contracts for unique monsters you can kill, and he'll pay you pretty decent money. I believe you'll see him up through chapter 3, I believe, and I don't think you see him after that, but he gives out all the really good monster contracts. And when you're walking along the road, look for a random NPC labeled Traveler. I think it might be this guy. He knows Geralt from previously, and he owes you money, so if you talk to him, he'll give you some free money right here.
Have we met?
Perhaps. I lost my memory.
I've never heard that before, though it's possible. The little medic will care for you.
Shawnee can't help.
Shame. Ah, now I remember. Geralt of Rivia. I hired you in Novigrad to rid my storage of Garcanes.
If you say so.
I hadn't sufficient coin, but you helped me nonetheless.
Guess I was generous then.
My business has grown, so I'll pay this old debt.
I could use the gold.
Here's 100 orens.
And there we go. We just got 100 orens for doing basically nothing. We'll just go ahead and run inside all these houses and take everything. None of it's considered stealing in this game, so you can take whatever you want. Ooh, looks like we got lucky and we got another book, Swamp Monsters. This would have cost us probably at least another 200, so we'll go ahead and read that. Alright, that gives us Drowners, which we're going to be encountering a lot over here, so that's really good. I don't know if that's a guaranteed spawn or not. I don't think it is, but it could be.
Bones. Don't get killed right here.
I work too hard.
Also, somewhere around here is a old peasant woman. If you talk to her, she'll ask you to give her some white gall to help her grandson, because he's dying, to help him, I guess, put him to sleep, kind of. If you do it, she'll give you an eternal fire ring, signet ring, but we can get one for free from the Reverend, so there's really no point, and white gall's always good to have, because I'm going to need it later to make our special potion with the parts from the Frightener, so we're not going to bother.
I'm a drownerette.
Stop! What are you?
A witcher.
We're militia. We keep the peace.
I'll be going.
We needs to see you're not ill.
I'm immune.
Don't know what that means. We got to check.
What's that?
Well, you look foul, but healthy. Move along.
Godspeed.
Lovely people in this village.
Knights should fight monsters. Witches are crude.
Begone, devil's breed!
Calm yourself, priest. I merely wish to speak with you.
There's nothing to speak of.
Indeed there is. I seek Salamandra. I heard they come here.
They'll kill us because of you.
I have ways of showing gratitude.
What ways?
You're troubled by a beast?
Not your business.
I'm a witcher. I could help.
Another witcher came recently. Berengar. He promised to slay the beast, but fled when it howled.
I'm not Berengar.
If you want my trust, bear the eternal fire's light to the people and dispel the darkness. You'll find 5 chapels around the village.
Fire won't scare the beast. This is more than a stray dog.
The eternal fire, blasphemer. You can be sure it will scare off beasts, for it has been said that though his soul be in darkness and his visage be a horror, do not judge him hastily, for he will carry the flame of hope into the night. And also, you shall only be safe in the glow of the eternal fire.
All right, but it will cost you 100 orens.
Very well, but the eternal fire must appear at night in all 5 chapels.
I'm looking for men who wear salamander-shaped pins.
That's not wise.
Why?
Vexing them may shorten your life.
Do I look scared?
Another witcher came here before you. He too swaggered with audacity, and yet, do you see him? Not likely. He fled.
He's not me.
Do not sneer at Salamandra. The whole village fears them for a reason. You must convince us all.
What can I do?
For me, destroy the beast. As for the others, visit Odo, Mikkel and Haran. Can you solve their problems too?
Are they elders of some sort?
Everyone knows and respects them. Odo's rich, Haran a merchant, and Mikkel a city guard. Gain their trust, and you'll win the trust of the village.
We'll see.
Wait. They need to believe I sent you. Show them this ring of the eternal fire.
Okay, that gives us our first job to do with the Reverend, but we're not actually going to do it until we finish grinding as usual. So I'm going to go ahead and explore this whole village. I'm going to loot the buildings and everything. Inside each building and outside there are some old peasant women. If you talk to them and give them a piece of food, they'll give you either bestiary or codex entries for certain things, which is nice because that way we won't have to... less books we have to buy. So like this old townswoman right here, I can probably talk to her real quick.
Many animals died from plague. I wonder how I'll feed my children. No time! I only know old fables.
I'd gladly hear them.
My grandchildren like stories of the drowned dead, like the jilted miller's daughter who tied a millstone round her neck and plunged into the depths. When someone overcome by passion drowns, they arise as the drowned dead. At night the miller's daughter persecuted the living till the Knights of the Flaming Rose sent her to eternal rest.
The Order of the Flaming Rose eliminates monsters?
Its knights protect us and ask no reward.
Unfair competition, I'd say.
Freak or not, you may prove useful.
Many animals died from plague. I wonder how I'll feed my children. No time! I only know old fables.
I'd gladly hear them.
This story concerns the beast's minions. A hunter who bred bloodthirsty bloodhounds was murdered. This evil crime elicited a curse that transformed the bloodhounds into revengeful ghosts. These ghosts, called Barghests, persecuted the murderers until they tore them to pieces. Only then did the Barghests depart.
Interesting story. Thanks.
Oh.
Many animals died from plague. I wonder how I'll feed my children. No time! I only know old fables.
I'd gladly hear them.
I know a werewolf story. Years ago, a man from Vizima visited his beloved at night. One full moon, a wolf bit him by Merchant's Gate. Fur covered the man's skin. He grew wild with rage. Finally, he transformed into a werewolf. He tore his beloved and many militiamen to bits. The mayor hired a witcher who determined the cause was a curse. He removed it but never found the caster.
A happy ending, though I would have preferred it explained how to cure lycanthropy.
That I don't know.
Thanks anyway. Farewell.
Ugh, I haven't the strength. A witcher here. Another ill omen.
Many animals died from plague. I wonder how I'll feed my children. No time! I only know old fables.
I'd gladly hear them.
Have you heard of Fledders?
Tell me about them.
When criminals and godless die, they arise as Fledders, or vampires. They burrow from their graves, suck blood from the living. Those bitten also become vampires and further spread the disease. To destroy one, you must drive a wooden stake through its heart and decapitate it.
Great story. But if vampires multiplied as you describe, they'd quickly control the world.
Smart ass, eh? Damn you.
My old bones.
Interesting.
Freak or not, you may prove useful.
Okay, so that's about it for the village. This lady right here will sell food and stuff, but we don't really need it. There's also a lady over here, one of the townswomen dressed in white. It's either, might be her or her. She'll trade you flowers for other kinds of flowers. We're not going to do that quite yet, but we're going to need her for something else later because we're going to need the flowers. But we're going to head down over here by the river and do one of the few quests we have to do to make sure we can run around the area and not run into any problems while we're grinding.
I'll gouge out those bug eyes. Hands off, human women.
What's your business with this dwarf?
We're shaving off his beard. What's it to you?
You'd be better off moving along.
Love non-humans, do you?
Sheathe your weapon, and stop waving those arms around if you want to keep them.
Ooh, a live one. Get him, lads! Kill the deviant!
You asked for it.
Bastard. Thanks for getting those hounds off my back. Wait. Geralt, is it you? Well, I'll be damned.
Something wrong? You don't look well. Are you hurt?
True to a witcher. Died, came back to life. Nobody's seen him for 5 years, and he wants to know if something's wrong.
Who are you?
Yeah, drunk. I'm your pal, Zoltan Chivy. Where have you been? Why haven't I heard from you? What about...
Not sure I can explain much.
Ah, you don't need to tell Zoltan Chivy anything. Let's just say I'm glad to see you, though it would be nice to resolve some matters.
You misunderstood. I lost my memory. I only remember the last few weeks.
Know what, Geralt? Let's have a beer and talk like we used to. Clear your mind and maybe some things will come back to you.
Some other time, maybe.
Alright, that was Zoltan, another one of Geralt's old friends from the books and everything. And we also picked up a new quest, Dice Poker. I just picked up some boxes of dice from the guys we killed. And we still won't be touching that until after the whole grinding session. Now I'm going to go ahead and loot all these buildings for more useful stuff.
I'm sleepy.
also go ahead and do the level up real quick since we're here. Since we won't be getting our silver sword until chapter 2, you're mostly going to want to stick to upgrading steel sword, and we're going to be fighting some pretty bad guys coming up, so I'll go ahead and upgrade strong and fast. So we'll get level 2 of strong steel and level 2 of fast steel, and I'll get a crushing blow 1 for strong steel just to up the damage. Make sure you equip the signet ring too, because you're going to need to show it to a few people. Now we're going to work a little bit on the quest the Reverend gave us to talk to the 3 people that he wanted us to talk to, but that's solely so I can get access to the crypt because it's locked until he gives us the key.
Halt! What?
What do you mean, what? I want to enter the city.
There's a... what do they call that? A quarter line.
Will it last long, this quarantine?
Commander's job to know, not mine.
And I guess the commander's inside. Does this quarantine apply to everyone?
Dunno.
Have you let anyone in?
People with passes. They're allowed in.
I see. Let's talk.
Does the Reverend know you're here?
Of course.
I don't believe you. He give you anything? The Reverend said, worship the fire sign. Seems he did send you.
The Reverend said you could use my help.
I've been told to get rid of those dead uns.
Dead uns?
Yeah. Commander told me to clear the crypt down the road. I've never fought beasts before. Too scared.
Dead uns, you say?
Please, sir.
I'm a witcher, so I'll rid you of the fiends, but in exchange, you'll pay me 200 orens and tell the Reverend I helped you.
Sure, sir. I'll tell him what I know, which will be little, and I don't have much gold neither, but no matter, just so long as the dead uns are slayed, eh?
See you later.
Okay, so we're going to go ahead and head to the crypt, loot along the way, and we'll kill the ghouls, but we're not going to turn it in until after the grinding so we can avoid taking the experience points. So this right here is a place of power. If you click on it and you use it, it'll increase the intensity of your signs and make them more potent, which is always nice to have. You can only use them every 24 hours, unless you start picking up talents in the intelligence tree, which affect how often you can use it.
Seems the contents of that bottle caused the woman's death. The ghouls came for her remains.
Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and kill the ghouls. This might be a little difficult since it's just we're not supposed to be in here until later, and we only have a steel sword, not a silver sword. I'm also not gonna bother having a cat potion out, so it's just gonna be really dark while I do this. Your best bet when fighting the ghouls is to try to knock them down with Ard, and then try to stun them and do a finisher on them to kill them as quickly as possible. We're gonna try and break them off and lure them away one by one, because I don't think I can take 3 at a time. And there we go. That's all the ghouls dead for now. We'll be coming back in here later to, because the crypt will open up more down this passage once we turn in the quest. But we mostly came in here just so we can grab the Circle of Inner Fire so we can get our second sign, the Igni sign, which is right next to Ard. Is probably the only 2 I'm going to be using the whole time in this game. The other 3, I just never really used that often, because there was nothing I couldn't solve by either blasting something with fire or just hacking away at it with my sword. Alright, and that's the end of it for this crypt, so we'll walk back outside. Now we're going to go ahead and run back to the end.
Who's this?
my stomach hurts, cursed witch. Ugh.
I'm gonna run into Abigail's hut real quick to loot it, but we're not actually gonna interact with her for the moment. We're gonna talk to her later. Alright, so I'm going to head back to the inn. I'm going to put everything in storage that I don't need, and then I'll explain to you what I'm going to do that I'm going to cut out, because it's going to be extremely boring, and you're probably not going to want to see it.
No need to rush.
Oh, also I'm going to talk to this herbalist real quick.
Greetings.
Greetings.
What a despicable place. I'm trapped here with my goods while my wife and children wait in the city.
Why's that?
Vizima's gates are closed due to the plague. The gods be my witness, nothing ruins trade like an epidemic.
I guess we just have to wait.
Most of the diseased have died off, but the beast and bandits now spread their own terror. All we're missing are tax collectors.
Can I ask you something?
Yes?
What's with this plague?
What of it? 'Tis some variety of the bubonic. To be safe, I avoid any who appear even slightly ill. Aren't you afraid?
I'm immune to infectious diseases.
My grandfather claimed the same, insisting all the while that his bubonic ulcers were merely boils.
May the ground lie lightly upon him.
Yes?
So we're gonna go ahead and pick up the field plants book, since we're going to be, when I'm running around doing the grinding, you're going to want to be able to pick up as many plants as you can for alchemy ingredients. It's a pretty hefty price, 200, but I'll be making that money back during the boxing I'll be doing, so I'll go ahead and pick that up. Oh, right, just forgot I'm carrying too much. Let me find something to sell real quick. There we go. So this will let us pick white myrtle, hellebore, belize, crow's eye, berbercane, and suent mushrooms, which is all very helpful to have.
Geralt!
I need to go, Zoltan. We'll talk later.
We're not going to talk to him just yet. We'll talk to him after the grinding.
What can I do for you?
Go ahead and store all my junk. Okay, so pretty much for what I'm going to do off screen is I'm going to start at night here at the inn, I'm gonna run from the inn, take that circuit we did all the way up to the Reverend, then around the docks and the river, and then back all the way around back to the inn. I'll box, then I'll rest 24 hours, and then I will do the same thing, run around, do the whole circuit, kill everything, pick up ingredients, box again at the inn, sleep, and then I'll just keep doing that over and over again until I get either level 5 or level 6. And I'll see how much I want to do, but you want to at least pick up one level. So I'm going to be doing that. I'll probably sell any of my excess junk I have in there, like the books I already read. And yeah, that's about it. And I'll see you next episode. Alright, thanks for watching.